الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. إن شاء الله بإذن الله كما ذكرت في صلاة المغرب إن شاء الله سيكون لنا لقاء خاص لربما لا نستوفي حقه من خلال هذا الدرس، بل ربما نتعداه حتى نكمله إن شاء الله ما بين الأربع ركعات إن شاء الله بإذن الله. فموضوع الزكاة، وهذا موضوع في غاية الأهمية إذ يعتبر ركن من أركان الإسلام الخمس. وأبو بكر رضي الله عنه في قولته الشهيرة ذاك الصحابي الجليل وخليفة المسلمين قال: والله لأقاتلن من يفرق بين الصلاة والزكاة. So tonight inshallah bi'idhnillah we're going to be talking about zakat, and mainly zakatul mal. It is extremely important for us Muslims to understand the concept. Lately, last 2-3 days, I've been receiving many questions about the zakatul mal. So inshallah bi'idhnillah, so tonight I will have some input and some clarification about certain issues and certain matters pertaining to zakat al-mal. So the first thing that we say that zakat is one of the pillars of the 5 pillars of Islam. And Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, during his khilafah, when the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam happened, many people revert back to kufr, and they said since the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, so there is no need to pay the zakat. So Abu Bakr said, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will fight anyone who try to distinguish or separate between the salah and the zakat. So this is the zakat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in one beautiful ayah, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا وَصَلِّ عَلَيْهِمْ إِنَّ صَلَاتَكَ سَكَنٌ لَهُمْ. They take from their wealth a sadaqah, means zakat. And the purpose is to purify them, to cleanse them. And zakah, and the meaning of zakah means an-nama, is when you give the zakah, it increases. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, من الثلاثة الذين أقسم عليهم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ما نقص مال من صدقة. That your wealth will never decreases because of sadaqah, because of charity. It will increase. You know what I'm saying? So this is an oath by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal ila Yemen, when he sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal to Yemen, and he said that you're going to come into a people of the book. I mean, at that time they were living at Yemen, the people of the book, and invite them to La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. And if they responded, then tell them that Allah has prescribed upon them 5 daily prayer. And then he said, if they responded to that, to invite them and tell them that there is a sadaqah, a charity, a zakat that has to be taken from their wealthy people and to be given to the poor people. And then the Prophet ﷺ has advised him of one very important thing. He said, وَإِيَّاكَ وَكَرَائِمُ أَمْوَالِهِمْ. I mean, be careful of the best of what they have. Don't ask them of that. So, and then the Prophet ﷺ continued with the hadith with a beautiful statement, said, وَاتَّقِ دَعْوَةَ الْمَظْلُومِ فَإِنَّهَا لَيْسَ بَيْنَ اللَّهِ وَبَيْنَهَا حِجَابٌ. And be careful and be cautious of the supplication of the oppressed, because there is no veil between it and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer the supplication of the oppressed, even if he is not Muslim. Even if he is not Muslim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he is oppressed, and the one who will transgress against him is a Muslim, Allah will answer to the non-Muslim if he asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is some verses about the Quran, from the Quran about the zakat, and a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. على من تجب هذه الزكاة؟ أو ما هي شروط المزكي؟ أولا لا بد أن يكون مسلما. لا بد أن يكون مسلما وأن يكون حرا لا أن يكون عبدا. ما هي الزكاة التي تجب على العبد وعلى المولى أو على الحر؟ ما هي نوع الزكاة التي تجب زكاة الفطر. جزاك الله خير. نعم. زكاة الفطر واجبة. It's an imperative upon a slave and upon the one who is free. Zakat al-Fitr. But Zakat al-Mal, he has to be free. And he has to be Muslim. And al-Bulugh is not a condition. Why? Why the Bulugh is not a condition on the Zakat al-Mal? صحيح ان الزكاة على المال. إذا الصبي المجنون الذي يتولى أمره وليه فهو الذي يدفع عنه الزكاة. His guardian, so as far as the young boy, if he has a wealth, you know what I'm saying, does not matter because he did not reach the age of puberty, he doesn't have to pay the zakat. No, the zakat must be paid through his guardian. Through his guardian. Okay? Now another shurut al-zakat. Absolutely. An-nisab. It is extremely important, an-nisab. An-nisab, what we call the quorum. Sometimes when we, in big institutions and in big companies, they have meeting. And for them to have a decision, they must have a quorum to make that decision. Yes? So you have to have a quorum. So the quorum for the zakat must be met, which is, as far as dhahab, is 85 grams. 85 grams of dhahab, of gold, or 595 grams of silver. So either or, so the nisab for the dhahab will be 85 grams, and the gold mean, and for the silver is 595 grams for what? For the silver, which is equal as $1150. So that's mean, okay, it's very easy. You reach $1150 constant with you, not being touched. Yes? And then you start al-am al-hijri from that moment that the nisab is there with you. This one is clear? So as soon as you reach the nisab, the quorum, which is $1150, you start counting to next year. If that $1150 remain with you constant or it increases, then at the end of the year, the day that you have, then you pay 2.5% on it. 2.5%. Now in case at the end of the year, An-Nisab dropped. It dropped from 1150 to 1100 to 900, then you have no zakat. Until, again, the Nisab will come, and then you start from that day to the next year. It's clear? What else? What else beside An-Nisab? There's something very, very important. Al-Hawl, yes, of course. Al-Hawl, which is Al-Am al-Hijri, not Al-Miladi. يحسب بالعام الهجري. Okay? Very important. So, not Al-Miladi. What else? Al-Milkiyya Tamma. The full ownership. You must have that on your hand. Not somewhere else. In your hand that you have that. Including your banks, including... We're going to come into that. Okay? What's the hukm of a person who denies zakat? Kafir. Whoever denies the zakat, he's a disbeliever. Because why? This is what we call ma'lum min ad-din bil-darura. Now, you cannot find anybody who say, "Oh, I did not know that zakat is a pillar of Islam." You know what I'm saying? Unless if someone just converted to Islam, he's not familiar with Islam yet, yes, no, he's excused. But for anybody who knows and deny it, he's a kafir. You know what I'm saying? And the leader has two ways. Either at-ta'zir is to remind him and to ask him to seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repentance and go back to deen, or he has the right to kill him if he denied this right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? ما هي أنواع الزكاة؟ أنواع الزكاة في زكاة المال. ما هي أنواع الزكاة في زكاة المال؟ هناك زكاة الحلي، يس؟ زكاة الحلي، زكاة الزروع والثمار، يس؟
زكاة الغنم والمواشي،
الأنعام والمواشي. What else؟ التجارة، عروض التجارة. What else؟ Yes. What else؟ الركاز. زكاة الركاز. What's a rikaz mean? The rikaz mean whatever of value that has been buried under the ground. You know? You see that calls a rikaz. And that has like what Hatim has, you know, in his house. So that's one. So that one is you have to pay the zakat on it. This is very important. So zakat al-huli, the ornament mean on the. We need to stop on this particular point. Very important, especially for the sisters. Now, what is the ruling as far as a woman having gold and silver? Now, the ulama اختلفوا على قولين. اختلفوا على قولين. Okay? The first one is they said الراجح that it is imperative, either for decoration or for storage. She needs to pay zakat on it, as long as it reaches the nisab, the gold by itself and the silver by itself. Yes? She cannot combine them to meet the quorum, the nisab. No, it has to be done separately. The gold by itself and the silver by itself. Now, the nisab was reached on the gold, on the 85 grams, okay, of gold. Now we have different calibers. Yes? We have the 21, we have the 18, we have maybe the 24 in Saudi Arabia, yes? في كمان 24 صحيح caliber. So now we have different caliber. So how I'm gonna do, how the woman is gonna do, how she's gonna basically pay her zakat. The day that the zakat is due, the hawl, and the nisab is met, the quorum, the 85 gram, let's say she had 100 gram of gold. And that she goes to the market, she finds out about the price of the 21. At that day, how much it cost? The gram, yes? Multiply it by the 100 grams and then multiply by 2.5%. Now who can do this calculation for me? 1,000 gram. Let's see if the gram is $250. So we have 100 and 250, and then 2.5% of it. That's, I think it's $1,250, if I'm not mistaken. If my calculator. Okay, so we have 100 grams. 625. Okay, so we have 100 grams, and we have multiplied by 250, and then 2.5% on that.
20,000. 25.
MashaAllah, I have got it. 600? MashaAllah, it's only $625. Okay? So now, alright, here a condition. The woman who had reached the nisab and the full year has been completed and she has to pay the zakat, but now she has no cash. She has no cash to pay $625. Okay, so what's the scenario? You like the scenario? Alright. So what's the scenario that we have? Yes, this is one of them. She can sell one piece of gold to pay the $625. Second thing, she can ask her husband or her brother to pay that, or even she can borrow it until she pay it back. The $625. Okay? So, same thing for the silver. If she reads 595 grams of silver, that's nisab. Yes? And then you have a full year of hawl. And then what you have? You have the nisab, and then you know the caliber. Most of the silver is 80. We call it caliber 80. 80. That is the caliber of the silver. On that, same thing. The same calculation. About the silver is very cheap, maybe $60 or $50 a gram. So we do the same calculation like we did before. So you have, let's say you have 700 grams of silver. And you multiply it by 50, and then you multiply it by 2.5%. And that's how? Huh?
That's too much calculation.
Yeah. So what we got, brother? Don't let the mujahid beat you up.
700 grams?
Yes. So we have let's see, we have 700 grams of silver, and then the price of the gram at the time. Remember, don't rely on the day that you bought it. No, the day that is due. You go to the market and find out how much it is, how much it costs, you know, and that's the price that you use for your calculation. So 700 multiplied by 50 and multiplied by 2.5%.
3,500.
Huh? 3,500? No, that cannot be.
3,500 ضرب 2.5.
Huh?
It's some dollars.
Yes. Okay, so that is the price that the woman had. Same thing. If she has no cash, she take a piece of the silver, sell it, and pay her zakat. If not, she can borrow the money and pay the zakat. Combining, no. I mean, if the nisab did not reach 85 grams, she has no zakat. If the nisab did not reach 595 grams of silver, there is no nisab. So this means there is no zakat. Now, why we cannot combine? There is a beautiful hadith of the Prophet ﷺ where he said, الذهب بالذهب والفضة بالفضة والبر بالبر والتمر بالتمر والملح بالملح يدا بيد سواء بسواء مثل بمثل. Chinese? Okay. So the Prophet here, the Prophet ﷺ said that, I mean, when you want to sell and do a transaction, gold with gold. Yes? So, okay, I want to buy from you a ring. Okay? Me, I have the money. I cannot leeway that money. I have to come to you and pay you right away. So what is it? Yadun biyad. Like that. That's why when we change the currencies overseas, the best way, since you are not present, you pick up the phone and you say, all right, I'm doing the deposit now of $200 or $300 or $400. Go ahead and transfer it right away. So that's why when you go to any shop, jeweler shop, he would not give you the gold without paying full. I'm sorry, a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? So that's what yadun biyad. فإذا اختلفت الأجناس فبيعوا كيفما شئتم ولكن يد بيد. It has to be. Now if the kind are different, then you sell however you want, but you have to pay on the time. So in case of the woman did not reach her gold, I mean her ornament did not reach the nisab, the quorum, then there is no zakat on her. Now the second opinion is, no, they say, and it's very reliable. As long as she's using it for decoration, she doesn't have to pay the zakat. And that's what we call the non-zakatable assets, is among them. You have a house, you live in it, you don't pay zakat. You have a business, you're using the oven, you're using the car, you're using the tools, you're using the lights, all that, you don't pay zakat on it. You pay only on what? If you have a house and you rent in it, that money that you're getting from the rent, it has to be added to the rent, to the zakat. Okay? So this very clear as far as the ornament. The worst thing, so the only thing that if the woman is using it for storage, with the niyyah, with the intention to resell it, once the price goes up of the gold and the silver, then she has to pay the zakat on that money. Okay? Okay, what are the type of zakat that does not require al-hawl? What type of zakah that does not require al-hawl, mean a full year? Huh? Which one? الصدقة العادية? No, but the sadaqah is not zakat.
المنتوجات.
ما شاء الله. Yes. وآتوا حقه يوم حصاده. You see, as soon as the earth is giving you the vegetables, the fruit, the strawberries, you know, that moment you pay the zakat on it. Al-mawashi, when the female gives birth, at that moment that zakat has to be paid on them. You don't wait an entire year. Okay?
20%?
Huh? Which one? No. If there's two conditions. If you're using only the rain from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you pay 10%. Yes. But if you're using your own water, you pay 5%. Okay? So that is the difference between relying only on the rain from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that means you are not using your own water, or if you're using your own water, then you pay the 5%. Mean you from the well or from huh? Yeah, but you play basically. You work on it to get the water in. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you the rain. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. Yes. Because that one you are working on it, you know, to bring the water. This one. Look at this. Now, as far as the money, now we're talking about currency. And currency is like a gold, like the gold currency. So same thing. If it reaches $1,150, that's what you have, and you did not touch throughout the year of Hijri year, until the next year comes, and you still have 1150 or 1180 or whatever, then what you do? You have that money. You add to it your checks that you have. It's written to you. It's a value. You know what I'm saying? عروض التجارة. You add to it what? If you have a business. If you have a business and whatever you earn from that business, you put it. And then there is one slight difference as far as the dain. إذا كان مرجو السداد فيضاف إلى القيمة. فيضاف إلى القيمة. In case of, you know for sure that this debt will come back to you, the loan that you gave it, that you lended to someone, will certainly give it back to you. You can include it in your calculation. Okay? And then what? And which one you take off from the calculation? Your own, what you owe. Dain, ladhi alayka. So that's what you do. You take that. The pension, the investment throughout the year, mainly those that they're not being touched. So you pay the zakat on them, and then you take whatever you have to give back as a loan to people, and then you basically sum all that and you multiply it by 2.5%. You multiply by what? By 2.5%. Okay? Yes.
You said what you owe to people. So let's say if you buy a house and you have to
owe money to pay. You don't take that money.
No, because that's an installment. Yeah, so those installment, no. You basically what you
have a car payment.
If same thing, if, like a house payment and a car payment will have the same thing, because these are installment and you don't pay the zakat on them right away.
But I have a question.
Yes.
If you owe $100,000, like your house,
Yes.
you owe $100,000, and you have a $50,000 in the bank.
Yes.
That $50,000 is $1,200 jackpot, right? So what happened there? You owe the money $100,000, and you have cash $50,000. 2.5% from $50,000, you have to pay that.
You don't, that $100,000, you're not going to pay right away, yes?
No.
Okay, so what you do, when the time of zakat comes, you pay the installment that you have.
Okay,
You see that? So let's say you pay $1,100 a month. You pay that. So it's not going to be included in your zakat. Now, take 1,100 from 50,000. The rest, you pay 2.5%.
Gotcha.
You got it? Any question? Is some for Isha? No? Is the Adhan? Anything else?
Can you pay zakat periodically instead of let's say, because I asked somebody before, I think last year we had if somebody, let's say you make a salary to family, you need the family, and you make a zakat, like you give them every month. Can you add them up like at the end of the year and you consider that as a zakat?
Okay, so he's saying like instead of waiting till the end of the year and then you want to pay periodically, I mean semester. Now you're gonna rely on estimates because you do not know at the end of the year how much money you have in hand.
No, you know how much you have.
If you know.
But that money, it's like instead of giving it one time to these people, it's the same people that let's say you're giving a monthly payment. You help them out every month you give them.
Yes.
Can you do it like periodically?
Okay, let me see, this is something here. Let's see, you have to pay at the end of the year $1,200. You know what I'm saying? Now you can basically break it into a monthly payment to the person that you want to give it to. And let me just remind you of something. The zakat al-mal, it's a faridah, and it has to be to the 8 channels. It has to be given to the 8 channels. What? إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها والمؤلفة قلوبهم والغارمين وفي الرقاب وفي سبيل الله وابن السبيل. These are the 8 where the zakat should be given. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said the first one, the fuqara, very important. The fuqara. Al-fuqara means the poor. The poor, the orphan, the needy, the destitute, all these people are considered to be fuqara. You know what I'm saying? So this zakat must be given to these 8 channels. So for your question, like I said, yes, it can be done to give it periodically, I'm saying, but you must be fully aware of how much you're going to have at the end of the year, and if the nisab has reached, the requirement must be met, because that's one of the conditions of zakat. Is al-nisab, then al-hawl. So these 2 conditions are very, very important. Now, that's a very important question. Let me ask you a question. Now, the nisab, you have a nisab, okay? Can you calculate it through the gold or through the silver? So which one is better? Huh? The gold is better? Why is the gold is better? The ulama say the silver is better. You know why? Because it is cheap and give you opportunity to get the zakat. And the zakat will be given to the poor people, to the needy, more than having it for the gold. You know what I'm saying? But those who do the gold, it is permissible too. But for the silver, the al-yatim and al-faqir will take advantage of it. And he will get his share quicker than the gold. You know, not too many people have 85 grams of gold, but there are people who have 595 grams of silver. And they can pay the zakat. So inshallah, bi'idhnillah, so let's see if we can have, after the Taraweeh, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, we can, or between the 4 rak'ahs, we can cover some of the questions pertaining to the zakat, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. The 8 should be dropped from the price and pay only the rest on the zakat. Because why? Because the gold, the rain or the what do you call it, the necklace, these are not pure gold. You see, they are not pure, they were not withdrawn from impurities. So this is very, very important. So in gold, in diamond, in rubies, in any kind beside the gold, there is no zakat. They're not zakatable. Yes, for both, for the gold and the silver. And one more thing, that question that I received about the saving. First of all, my dear, we need to be extremely cautious with the saving, that there is interest on the saving. So as a Muslim, we're not allowed to take that interest. You know what I'm saying? No, but in the same time, we cannot leave it for them. We cannot leave it for them. On the 80s, when a lot of students from Saudi Arabia and Kuwait were here and were studying, and they were putting their money in their account, on their saving account, and they said, we don't want to take the interest. You know where that money went to? Al-amaliyat al-tabshiriyya. Yes, that money was used for missionaries, and going to Africa, and going to South Asia, and making Muslims into Christians. So there is a fatwa who said, no, take it, but give it, and not give it to the poor, not to the needy, but something for the use of, like, of the masjid, where they can use for the painting, for the restroom, for the maintenance, but not to be given on to the people, to the needy. Why? Inna Allah tayyibun la yaqbalu illa tayyiba. And riba is haram in Islam, so we cannot give it to the needy, to the poor people. So this, yes, brother.
بالنسبة للزكاة يا شيخ.
Yes.
هناك وقت محدد في السنة لإخراج الزكاة. هل هو في شهر رمضان أو في آخر شهر في السنة الهجرية؟
Yeah. So is there any precise time where the zakat should be given? Now, for the Ramadan, it's for the sake of blessing. Only because of the reward, somebody wants to give the zakat on Ramadan. But it has to do with the hawl. Let's see, Bnkhaalid, you have $1,200 in the month of Shawwal. Okay? So that is your nisab. Now you have till the Shawwal of 2016. If the amount remain the same or it increases, then you have to pay the zakat. So do you see? It has to be the Hijri, not the Miladi. Very important. That's good. Any more question? All right, I know you want to go eat the lax so bad, so I'll give you time for it.